All right, we are live. I think so. So today we're just going to be professionals, right? We have a lot of things to discuss, but we have to be professionals to make sure we stay dynamic and talk about what needs to be talked about. Are we live? I want to be sure we're live. Are we live? Yeah, we're not yet live. Okay, we are live. We are live. We are live. Aikido, we are live. So we join the live, please give a thumbs up, give a like, and subscribe to the channel so we get what needs to be done. So we have a lot of amazing things to discuss about. Join the live, give a thumbs up, and we go. We're trying to be professionals today, and we have a lot of things to talk about. Now, the subject of today is the principle of no light without dark. And I want you to understand this. There is no light without dark. And I'm going to explain. There's no light without dark. It's something we all need to understand. It's a principle. There is no light without dark. All right, let's get this clear. To every atom or to every light, there's an atom of dark. And to every dark, there's an atom of light. Now, I want us to understand this. We humans have choices to make, decisions to make. Every decision we make must have some negative and positive impact or effect on our lives. Now, I want us to understand the positive decisions we make should be considered as light and the negative dark. To every light, there's an atom of dark, and to every dark, there's an atom of light. So, to every positive decision we ever make in our life, there's an atom of dark in it. That's why we say there's no light without dark. And to every negative decision we make in our life, there's an atom of light in it. Regardless of how bad you feel the decision is, there's an atom of light in it. I'm going to explain today, so pay attention, not be weak. For the next 20 to 30 minutes, let's understand this. More of the decision we make in life is based on our knowledge base. Decision I make is based on what I know. What you say or what decision you make in your life is based on what you know. And it's very important we understand that the way the world works, whatever happens to us must have a light and must have a dark. Now let's understand this. I like the concept Donald Trump using right now in his administration. He's trying everything possible to make sure that he don't have illegal immigrants into his country. And that is a light for him. That is the best decision he can take. But in that light, there's an atom of dark because it's affecting a lot of people who have been in the United States for a while. And because they are illegal immigrants, for that reason, there's a light that Donald Trump is trying to do. But in that light, there's an atom of dark that is affecting a lot of persons. And for that reason, we come back to the concept of no light without dark. It works all the times, 100%. There are a lot of decisions you make in your life where you feel like you have done the best decision of your life. But you realize that in the decisions you made, there is an atom of light or dark, regardless of, or depending on what the type of decisions you made in your life. Now, a lot of people cry, I want to have money, I want to have money. Now, having money could be a light in your life. That is, could be a positive decision in your life. But now, having money attracts a lot of things. When you have money, you have to understand that you need to handle problems. That's why I say there's no light without dark. You don't expect to have money and not have problems. Why do you need the money? What do you need it for? If you have money, you are ready and able to handle problems. That's why I say responsibilities are only given to responsible people. The moment you claim to be responsible, the system will give you responsibilities. That is how it works. So if you're not ready to handle responsibility, stay mediocre. Don't develop. Don't gain values, because the moment you start gaining values, challenges will come. You get to new levels, you get new devils. If you are pursuing nothing, nobody's pursuing you. That's why I always say there is no light without dark. Let's talk about this. We live in a society where a lot of people want to gain skills, want to get valuable, they don't want challenges, they don't want to go through hard times, and that is far from reality. That does not work that way. That's not how the way it works. If you want to get value, know you're going to get vulnerable. The more you get valuable, the more you get vulnerable. The more you advance in life, the more the challenges, the more the attacks. There's no light without dark. That's it. When you join the live, you give a thumbs up, like, and share. Today is the day one of the Prison Break edition. The first edition we're going to talk about, or we're talking about already, the principle of no light without dark. This is day one. Tomorrow we're going to have day two, same time, 11 p.m. Cameroon time. So when you join the live, please give a thumbs up. Give a thumbs up, don't be weak. No light without dark. I wish I could have some questions from the viewers, but if not, whenever you watch this video, either after or many years to come, you can always comment below, because the concept of no light without dark always works regardless. Now I'm going to move deeper into this course of today. A lot of times you want to have good health. How do you even know you have good health? How do you even know you have faith? The only reason we know we have things is when it's been tested. You will never have faith till it has been tested. That's why our educational system has put a lot of things in check. Before you move to new levels, you have a test. And that test is to educate or try to see if you are ready for the next level. But most of us want to move to new levels without tests. The only way I say have faith is when I've been tested. You never have anything till it's been tested. You claim you love people, but when the love has been tested, that's when it's considered true love. You claim you have faith for God. Let's wait for the moment when God is silent. He's saying nothing in your life. That is when we decide if, or the system check to see if you really have faith. You don't claim you have things when it's not been tested. When your intelligence has been tested, then we assume you're intelligent. I have faith, I have this. There's no light without dark. There is no light without dark. In every atom or every dark, there's an atom of light, and in every light, there's an atom of dark. That is how it works 100%. And I'm not going to be long today because it's the first day, so we're trying to do some analysis to understand how the world actually works. I'm going to go deeper from day 2 and day 3, day 4, day 5, so you don't have to be weak as far as this session is concerned. The principle of no light without dark. To every dark, there's an atom of light, and to every light, there's an atom of dark. That is how it works. A lot of us expect to live this life with no challenges. Let me say this. What adds beauties to life, or beauty to life, add more flavor to life, is the challenges we go through. Challenges actually add beauty to life. Imagine going through life and having no challenges. That means you're a dead man living, you're a dead man standing. The evidence of life is challenges. That's why I always say living is very difficult, and the next thing to do is maybe living is very difficult, and staying alive is the most difficult thing any man can try to do. Because today you're told to do this, tomorrow you're told to do that. A lot of things that you have to do at the time T, right? So there's no light without that. I don't want to be long today, but I want you to understand the concept of no light without dark. So while watching this video, I didn't spawn any point of the video. You can comment below and tell me what you think about day 1. I don't want to be long. That's why I'm trying to make sure that we just understand the concept for today and move forward. And now most of the decisions we ever make as human is based on what we know. Now let's be clear on this. How on earth do you know something is wrong? A lot of times people tell you things and you say it's wrong. How do you know it's wrong? How on earth do you know it's wrong? And I'll tell you why a lot of times people may tell you things and you say it's wrong. It's because you know something that is different from what the person is telling you. And more of the times, a lot of people ask questions for confirmation, not for clarification. They're trying to confirm what they already know. And if you tell them something that is not what they know, they'll say it's a lie. Right? Because there's no way something is a lie if you know nothing about it. The thing. The only way we know something is a lie is because we have a knowledge base. That is, when I talk about knowledge base, what I mean is a set of knowledge or things you know, right? Because the way we judge things is based on what we know. If I say there are 10 planets, if I say there are 19 planets, you're going to argue because you have been taught in the primary schools that there are maybe 9 planets, one is disappearing Pluto. Maybe you have been taught that. And if I tell you there are 19 planets, you're going to argue because you have a knowledge base. So most of the decisions we make in life is based on what we know. That's why I always say good decisions will always come from good information. Garbage in, garbage out. There's no way you can plan garbage and want to reap positivity. So there's no way every human being can plant negativity and want to reap positivity. That's far from reality, right? That's very far from reality. So that's how it works. More of the decision we make is based on what we know. A lot of people think things like you're wrong is based on what they know. And more of the time our decisions we ever make in life is based on what we know. That's why to every decision we make is either it's a right decision or a wrong decision. And in that right decision we call it light. There's an atom of dark in it. When you have an accident, we consider it as a dark, but there's a lesson it's going to teach you. There's a lesson it teaches you. Now let's understand this. Let me come back and get this clear. Thank you for joining Happiness TV. God bless you for joining this life. God bless you, bro. Now I'm going to give an example. When I lost my dad, I could consider that as a dark. That was a dark in my life. But trust me, there was an atom of light in it. There was an atom of light in it because it shaped my reality. It made me understand the first version of reality. It made me start seeing life for what life truly is, right? That was a dark, a general perspective was a dark, but there was an atom of light in it. You go to school, you graduate, that's a light to you, but there's an atom of dark in that light. So the essence of today is just to understand that to every light, there's an atom of dark. And to every dark, there's an atom of light. And what makes good decisions amazing is because the light surpass, right? The light surpass the dark. That's why it's very important we make the right choices. And the right choices can only be made from what you know. If you know the wrong things, you're always going to make wrong decisions. If you know the correct things, you're always going to make correct decisions. And the correct decisions or the wrong decisions you always make is based on what you receive or what you know. I don't want to be long today. Today is just day one. Understand the principle of no light without dark. Day two, we're going to expose a lot of hidden truth about the systems. I'm going to outline 4 systems or 3 systems and bring out the real corruption in the systems. Before I close for today, it's very important we understand that your freedom of speech is directly proportional to your insignificance. The moment you start talking and the right people have to start listening, they will come for you. So our topic for tomorrow is going to dwell on this subject. But today understand that there is no light without dark. So everything that happens to you as a man is an atom of light or dark in it. And the atom of dark or light in it either shapes you or builds you. So when we go to challenges as men, challenges either builds us or it breaks us. We have the choice to make. So to every stimulus, there's a response. I can slap you and you decide how to react to it. That would be different from me slapping person A or person B. They have different reactions, right, to the same event. So I'm just trying to unveil the system and trying to make sure things work out. So when you join the live, please give a thumbs up. Thank you for joining. Somebody just joined again. Thank you for joining. We're wrapping up. I don't want to be long for day one. But the subject still remains. To every light, there's an atom of dark. We have done a lot of examples. I gave an example of Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump is trying to make sure that his country should not permit illegal immigrants. It's a lie to him because if he does that, it's going to bring more accomplishments to his administration. But it's a dark to somebody. To that light, there's an atom of dark because those he's repatriating, those he's sending out of his country, it's a dark to them. So your light may be my dark. We live in a world where our success most of the times is offending somebody else. So balance must exist. To every light there's a dark. Balance must exist. If you live a life you feel like you will succeed and nobody will care about you or people will love everything you do, you're far from reality. More of the times we don't get work done because we want everybody to be happy with us before we get work done. As you move in this wicked world, there are people that their mission is just to make sure that you die. What are you going to do? Are you going to die because someone wants you dead? No. That's why I say there's no light without dark. Because in your light, someone else's dark. Donald Trump is trying as much as possible to make sure that he don't want illegal immigrants. But the people he's sending out, there's a dark in their life. They don't feel happy. But for Donald Trump, it's a success. I'm going to explain this before I go. I want to see dark and light as an aspect of love and evil. If you're loving something, you are attracting the events, which is evil. I want to be clear on this. If I'm liking this cup, if I love this cup, I'm attracting the inverse of not liking this cup. I'm going to call it evil. What you're not doing, you're actually doing what you're not doing. I don't know if this makes sense. There are two things that we can do. It's either we're doing what we need to do, or we're not doing, or we are doing what we're not doing. We call it love and evil. If I'm loving something, I'm attracting the inverse of that, which is evil. All right. I think I don't want to go deeper in this. I think I'm going to incorporate this in one of the days as I say ahead of us. Today is day one. I don't want to go deeper about the aspects of love and evil. I just want to remain in the scope of today discipline, which is the core principle of no light without dark. So day two, we're going to talk about the systems, a lot of systems, and how they actually keep us trapped from a lot of things. So don't be weak. Tomorrow, I think it's the 10th of September. No, the 9th. Tomorrow, the 9th of September, we're going to talk about the system and how it keeps us trapped from a lot of things. And before you go one more time, let's understand this. We're getting to a period of our lives where the only currency we're going to use is truth. If we want a lot of system to change, it's very important we change. I've lived a life where I feel like I don't want to prophesy change. I don't want to push change. I want the change to start for me. So if I live in a community where I want people to start doing things, I should be the first to start. A lot of times we want change, but we don't want to be the change. One great man said, if you want a change, be the change. What you want to see, let it start from you. Because there's no way you tell me that, sir, this cup is not well kept. But now I'm going to ask you a question. Where do you want me to keep this cup? You have no idea where I can keep this cup. But you can see the mistakes in things you have no opinion in their solutions. But you see mistakes. Why will you see mistakes in things you have no solution for? Why will you see mistakes in things you have no idea on how they can be solved? Great scientists saw mistakes. That's why they had to discover a lot of things, because they saw the problem and they looked for solutions. But we live in a generation where people have opinions on things they know nothing about. People have opinions about you. They know you're a bad person. Trust me. You see me, there are a lot of versions of me that exist in people's mind. Some people know me as kind, some know me as nice, some know me as wicked, some know me as whatever. So there are thousands of versions of you that exist in the minds of people. Thousands of versions. But now if you want to look at what people think about you, you're not going to live your life anymore. Remember, we are Christians and we're talking from a kingdom perspective. Focus on what God thinks about you, not what men think about you. If you start thinking of what men think about you, you stop living your own life and start focusing on what men are thinking about you. You have a life to live, and the life you're living is the life of God. That's it. So I'm going to end here for today. I think we've done over 20 minutes. So all those who joined today, God bless you and see you tomorrow, same time, 11 p.m. I don't want this to be long, right? Just about 20 minutes. Day 2 is going to be amazing. You share the flyer to somebody and stay blessed. Don't be weak.